Hi, I'm Cara Macksoud. I currently run Money Habitudes, which is a money personality assessment used with a lot of financial plans and advisors. But how did we get here, right? And I always say it was a long, windy road that all things culminate in, beliefs and behaviors around money. And I think I was super fortunate to know that young, but it took me 25 years to arrive here. So I spent my early career working on Wall Street, and I was really a kid going to Wall Street, 17 years old, and I didn't come from a Wall Street family. So I was a fish out of water. The lingo, I didn't understand the personality, the behaviors around money. And so as I got there and I knew how to do the job, fortunately, I'm like really good at learning how to do something and then replicating it, right? But the robust of the personality that kind of erupted was very odd to me, right? Because all of a sudden, the highs and lows of how these guys, for the most part, because this is the late 90s, there weren't very many women. The personality was so tied to the money, so tied to the pay, so tied to the, what the money could afford you or how people viewed you. And that was really my first inclination to like, well, what is happening here? Fast forward a whole bunch of years, I start to have a family. I have 5 kids, and I went to go work in the nonprofit sector. And I happen to be still in the exact same neighborhood of the New York Stock Exchange. I'm down the other side of the block running a nonprofit for unbanked participants. So I don't know if that's a term you're familiar with, but unbanked participants, defined by the FDIC, as people that have no financial banking, access. We have underbanked, which is they have access, but they may not always be using their access. And unbanked means they have no access at all. So in the US, what that looks like is those people are using other ways to do what we would consider basic financial needs. So check cashing is happening at what we call third party check cashing places where they charge you a fee to cash a check or to pay a bill. You pay them cash, they pay your bill. Now, with all of those actions are fees to do that business. So it's actually more costly to be unbanked than it is to be banked. But what we've learned very quickly, right, is to be banked, you need some level of understanding of the system, how it works, what I like to call the rules of engagement. And I say to people all the time, here's the problem with finance. It seems like we use one word, except that there's 12 games going on: basketball, soccer, football, rugby. They all are played with some sort of a ball and a team, except they all have different rules. And you can't show up to play soccer and play basketball because you'll have fouls and you'll be out. And so in finance, we have the same problem because people think I'm just playing finance and they haven't learned the rules of engagement and what they need to do to succeed in the game. So go forward, here I am working with these unbanked participants. And I have this revelation one day that I'm like, I'm on the same block as the New York Stock Exchange. And now I'm working with the lowest of income people in our city. So now I've gone from the wealthiest individuals to the lowest of individuals in dollars. But now I'm talking to these people and I'm seeing a lot of the same repeated behaviors, thoughts, beliefs around the money. And that's really where that drive of like, I've got to learn more about this financial psychology stuff. And then, of course, I spent a couple of years there. COVID happened. I moved, went back for a graduate degree in financial therapy, psychology, and here I am.